Hey friends, Mrs. Wolfe from our Half Acre Homestead here. And earlier this week, I made a boiled pickled pork cottage roll with cabbage and potatoes. Because you know I had a lot of cabbage. But that was like a 3-pound cottage roll. And we had it for supper. Howie's had it for 2 lunches. We had it for supper last night in this video, which is macaroni and cheese. And I'm probably going to get one more meal out of that pickled cottage roll. But here's today's meal. Macaroni and cheese with broccoli and ham. Now this recipe is a perfect time to use our frozen broccoli that we got on sale. But first, my water has a bit of olive oil in it and some salt. And I'm going to put in about, I don't know, a cup of pasta. And then, while that's cooking and I'm cutting up my onions, I'm just going to drop this in here so that it partially cooks. And we'll be back. Okay. It's only been a couple of minutes, but you don't want to make your broccoli mushy, so I'm just going to take it out and set it on a paper towel. And then we're going to continue to cook our pasta. Turn it down a little bit so it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pot. Using a heavy bottom saucepan, I'm going to put in a knob of butter, maybe a tablespoon and a half. A little bit, you can use dry mustard or liquid. I'm going to say about a teaspoon of mustard. That's what helps give your white sauce a more cheesy flavor. I'm going to add, I don't know, 1/4 cup of, whoa, that's a lot. I'll take some of that out. And milk. You can cut your milk with water if milk is expensive where you come from. It's on high. We want to melt our butter and brown our flour and mustard that I like using for this kind of deal. Then we're just going to add milk. And we're just going to cook this until it thickens up. Alright, and just as it starts to thicken, take it off the heat because you want it to continue to thicken while it's baking. Set your oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's just take this off. Here, oh, that smells delicious. Just a little bit of mustard is all it takes. Is the boiled cabbage roll I cooked yesterday. Howie had it in his lunch today, and I'm going to see if I can't get 2 more meals out of it. So what I'm going to do is, see, this is just a pickled cottage roll. Let's take that string off of there. We don't want any of that in our food. Now there's still enough here for 2 more meals. So I'm going to cut the fattiest part off. Why? Because it's going to impart the most flavor into the casserole, and this will be better for a lean meal. So this is going back into the fridge. Here's my casserole dish with olive oil in the bottom, and I'm going to throw in, it's not a lot of pasta, but guess what? We don't need a lot because we got other wonderful things going in, like our broccoli. I'm going to cut this ham into little slices. We're going to drop them in there. Let's get an onion and some cheese. We like our onions in fairly decent sized pieces so that we can pick them out if Gracie wants a little bite of something. There's our onions. And I like to use sharp cheddar, if this actually works. So I'm going to use about 3/4 of a pound, 1/2 pound to 3/4 of a pound of cheese. There's our top. And I'm just going to break this up into little pieces, and now this is Going in here. This is our mustard white sauce. There's our oven. Now I'm just going to stir this in, breaking up the ham and the onion, making sure everything's kind of evenly distributed throughout our casserole. And then I'm just going to drop all this cheese on top. Now this, if I use twice the pasta, you could get away with this serving 4 people, but this is just for the 2 of us. And this is going into a 355-degree oven for about 40 minutes to an hour. Okay, our timer has gone off. Ouch! Whew. Whoops! Oh, don't let the cheese stick to it. I forget that has no handle. Look. And as soon as Howard gets home, we're going to have dinner. Okay, so Howard's almost home. I've let this cool. Oh. I should have used a bigger spoon. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? We're going to pepper that, and when Howard gets home, he's going to taste it for you. This is macaroni and cheese with broccoli and the ham that we had, or the cottage roll we had last night.
Comfort food.
Always comfort food, especially on a chilly day like today.
It is chilly out there.
Thanks, baby. This is the Miss Wolfie from our half-acre homestead saying macaroni and cheese with leftover pickled pork from the night before. And I still have enough of that pork to make meal number 4 because, well, wait a second. Howie and I both had it for lunch. We had it for supper last night. We both had it for lunch. And now we're having it for supper again. So yeah, I'm going to see if I can't get meal number 4 out of the rest of it. Stay tuned. Mwah! Take care, God bless, and keep pinching that quarter.